The Poisoned Christmas Pudding. On December 26, 1927, a wealthy family gathered at their Montreal estate for their annual Boxing Day celebration. The day after Christmas was traditionally when the family exchanged their most lavish gifts and enjoyed an elaborate feast prepared by their household staff. 23 family members attended, including one of the grandchildren. The holiday meal proceeded normally through several courses. At approximately 3:45 p.m., the family's prized Christmas pudding was brought out. The dessert was a family tradition made from a recipe passed down for generations. The dark, dense cake glistened with brandy sauce as it was ceremoniously carried to the table. The boy was the most eager for dessert. He was served one of the first portions. Within 20 minutes of consuming the pudding, he began to show signs of distress. His first complaints were of a burning sensation in his throat and stomach. His mother initially dismissed it as excitement. By 4:30 p.m., he was in severe pain. He began vomiting violently. The vomitus had a distinctive garlic-like odor, a detail that would later become crucial to investigators. Around the table, other family members began experiencing similar symptoms, though none as severe as his. The family physician was called from his own holiday gathering. He arrived at 5:15 p.m. to find the boy convulsing. His lips had turned blue. His pulse was rapid and weak. The doctor immediately suspected poisoning and administered activated charcoal, but it was too late. His condition deteriorated rapidly. His kidneys were failing. His liver was shutting down. Blood began appearing in his vomit and stool, signs of internal hemorrhaging. His small body, racked with pain, fought for 7 agonizing hours. At 11:42 p.m., the boy died in his mother's arms. An autopsy revealed the cause: arsenic trioxide. The concentration in the Christmas pudding was later determined to be nearly 20 times the lethal dose. 12 other family members were hospitalized but survived. Police investigation revealed the poison had been added after the pudding was cooked, likely during preparation for serving. Despite a thorough investigation, no one was ever charged. The poisoner's identity remains unknown to this day. A gifted snowmobile tragedy. On Christmas morning, December 25, 1974, the small town of Crum, North Dakota, was covered in a fresh blanket of snow. For a boy, it was the perfect setting for what would become his first and final ride in a new snowmobile. His parents had saved for months to purchase the Arctic Cat Lynx 292 as their son's main Christmas present. At 10:15 a.m., he unwrapped the keys to the machine. His father had already positioned the snowmobile in the front yard, its black and yellow frame standing out sharply against the white landscape. He had been asking for a snowmobile for 2 years. North Dakota winters were long, and many families in the area owned similar machines. After a brief instructional session from his father, he was allowed to take his first solo ride. His route was simple, a loop around their property that backed up to a neighboring farm. His parents watched from the porch as he made his first circle without incident. His smile was visible even through his new helmet visor. On his second loop, he decided to venture slightly farther, taking a path between the properties that local children often used. He accelerated to approximately 35 miles per hour. What he couldn't see, what no one had noticed, was a thin steel cable stretched across the path. A farmer had installed it just days earlier to prevent trespassers from using his private road. The cable struck him precisely at neck level. At the speed he was traveling, the impact was devastating. The 3/8-inch steel wire sliced into his throat just above his winter jacket collar. The force nearly decapitated him. The snowmobile continued forward while his body was thrown backward. His father, watching from a distance, saw the snowmobile continue without its rider. He ran toward the scene immediately. When he reached his son, the boy was still conscious. The carotid artery had been severed, and blood was pumping onto the white snow at an alarming rate. His eyes were open, looking directly at his father as he attempted to apply pressure to the wound. By the time emergency services arrived 12 minutes later, the boy had bled to death. The snowmobile, still running, was found 200 yards away.